evening. From the moment we're born, life is a series of struggles, characterized by the occasional failure or the intermittent triumph. And usually, the failure to triumph ratio is determined not by skill, talent, or perseverance, but by the way in which others react to us. Tonight we'll meet a young man named Daryl Kiefer, whose effect on others has thus far been less than rewarding. But in just a few moments, this will change, and he'll discover doors which only open at the midnight hour.
Sometimes the events that will change your life are as big and dramatic as their consequences. But the events that changed my life happened on a very ordinary day in an ordinary place.
Don't worry.
My name is Daryl Kiefer, and this is my story.
Come on, let's do it right here.
No, someone might see us.
Nobody's gonna see us.
There's people around.
They're all outside. Nobody's gonna come in here.
Oh yeah, how do you know?
Psychic.
It was Billy Fletcher and Sheila Hahn, two co-workers of mine at Bronson Construction.
Come on, bend over right here.
No, we can do it at your house tonight.
I can't wait that long.
Okay, I'll do it for you with my hand.
I could do it with my hand.
Billy.
Sheila, I love you. I love you.
You do?
Really? Come on.
Everyone knew they had a thing going on, and it was pretty obvious they didn't know I was nearby.
Oh, yeah.
Who is it? I hear you, fucker. Who is it? Hold it right there. Daryl, what the fuck you doing, you fucking perv?
Perv, you're the one having sex on company property.
Yeah, and you were watching.
Billy, let's go.
No! You like spying on people? You like watching them screw?
No,
Then why were you watching?
I didn't mean to. I was sitting here prepping the wood when you two came in.
Then why didn't you get up? Why didn't you leave?
Billy, let's get out of here.
You thought you could get us fired. You thought you could get us in trouble if you told them we were screwing, didn't you?
No, not at all. I wasn't even thinking that.
Were you taking pictures? Where's your phone?
Hey, Daryl! Knock it off! All right, what's going on here?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
But of course, something was going on. Billy hated me from the first day I met him. And now he had an excuse to attack me whenever and wherever he wanted.
Daryl, are you okay?
I don't know.
No, don't try to stand. Don't move. What the fuck's the matter with you? You could have killed him.
What happened? Nothing.
He knocked Daryl over with the cart. I saw it. He did it on purpose.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I was pushing the cart and Daryl fell off his scaffolding. I tried to stop, but he fell too fast.
Oh my God.
Look, it was an accident, all right? Daryl, that's what you get when you don't look where you're going in the shop. Just call 911, get him an ambulance. Come on, everybody get back to work. We got a deadline to meet.
When I got to the hospital, they told me that the trauma had damaged a blood vessel in my brain. It was inoperable. And there was a 20% chance it could hemorrhage in a month, a year, or never. But if it ever did, I'd be a dead man. A few days later, I was home, and my parents dropped by to help me out. I didn't know it yet, but it was to be the very last day of my old life.
Well, that was Dr. Fielding's office on the phone. They've been going over Daryl's MRIs.
What did they find?
Well, they think that Daryl may have had a congenital weakness in the walls of a cerebral artery that got damaged.
Congenital weakness. That means I was born with it.
Dr. Fielding seems to think so. Marion, they need Daryl's family medical history to see if he's predisposed to developing an aneurysm.
His family? Oh, Hector. No.
What's the problem? Just tell them that you or Mom haven't had an aneurysm. Either have Grandma or Grandpa.
I'm afraid we can't do that, Daryl.
Hector, don't. Please.
Marion, it's time the boy knew the truth. And besides, I don't have a choice now.
Will one of you please tell me what's going on?
Daryl, you're not our son by birth. We adopted you when you were about 8 months old.
What?
But we love you like our own. You're still our son. It doesn't make a difference to us.
It makes a difference to me. Are you too serious? I can't believe you never told me this shit.
Well, your mother, Marion, well, she didn't want you to know. She figured, well, we figured, what was the point? And it would only upset you.
You're right. I am upset. Dad?
We don't know much about your natural family, except that they weren't married, and your mother lived in Tarrytown, New York.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And a part of me had already decided to look up my natural family. Not for medical reasons, but for personal ones. A few weeks later, I was back to work. Everything was pretty much the same, except Sheila. She broke up with Billy because of what he did to me. And after visiting me a couple of times, we started going out.
Hey, happy first day back on the job.
I feel like I'm going in front of a firing squad.
Don't let them scare you. Billy won't try anything again. He's too afraid of getting sued.
Well, I would have sued if it weren't for the employee liability waivers. My lawyer said I didn't have a chance unless I could prove it wasn't an accident.
Well, you have Eric to thank for that. I filed the incident report he made out. He claims he saw the whole thing and that it was all your fault.
What an asshole. You know, one of these days he and Billy are gonna...
Gonna what?
I don't know. I'm sick of watching bastards like that ruin other people's lives and get away with it.
I know. Well, karma's a bitch, and they'll find that out soon. And your life isn't ruined. You do have a date with me tonight, remember?
I remember. Did you still wanna, there's this cool sounding movie playing at the Bel Air.
You inviting me out? Daryl, you're so cute when you're shy. Pick me up around 8, okay?
Okay. See you at 8.
Sheila.
Bye.
What the hell was that?
What did it look like?
It's been almost a month now, Sheila. How long are you gonna stay mad at me?
I'm not mad at you.
Then what the hell's your problem? It's the Daryl, isn't it?
No, Billy, it's because of you. I didn't really know what kind of person you were until I saw you try to kill someone just because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's not over between us, Sheila. I need you. Guess I didn't realize that until you weren't around anymore.
Sorry, Billy. Too little, too late.
This is it, Sheila. I'm not asking again. You think I won't find someone new? Just watch.
Hi, you a cop?
No.
You got 40 bucks?
Yeah.
Let's see it. My name's Desiree Viande. It's French. You know what it means?
No, what?
It means desires meet. Oh, nice. That's a big one. You're a real man, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
It's so hot. Well, you just sit back and enjoy, okay? What's the matter? You don't like me?
Sure I do. It's just I was wondering if it was 8 o'clock.
Why?
Because if it is, then they're together right now.
Who?
Nobody.
I'll make you forget. Doesn't that feel good?
Oh, yeah.
Look, baby, if you're not even gonna try, then I'm just gonna stop.
I ain't paying you to stop. Hey, if that's all you're gonna do, then just give me my money back.
Forget it. This ain't the return desk at Macy's. I don't care if you're a closet homo or if you're impotent. There's no refunds.
You fucking bitch. Nobody talks to me like that.
Fucking bastard! You can just die! Just fucking die, you bastard! Die!
No, don't try to stand. Inviting me out, Daryl. So cute when you're shy. Pick me up around 8, okay?
The next day, everyone noticed Billy Fletcher was absent and hadn't called in. But nobody noticed it more than the foreman, Eric Ashlow. I was about to find out why.
Hey, Daryl. I had a great time last night.
You enjoyed the movie?
Uh-huh. But I enjoyed you more.
Sheila, I feel like I'm blushing.
That'd be funny if you were. You're so shy at work and so confident when we're out at night. Or maybe it's just all the beer we had after the movie.
Yeah, I did have a little too much.
Let's have a little more. Only this time not at a bar. At your house. What do you say?
I'd say you got a lot of explaining to do, Daryl.
What are you talking about?
I just got a call from Billy Fletcher's father. Billy's dead.
Dead? What happened?
They don't know right now. They think he had a cerebral hemorrhage around 9 p.m. And I have a sneaking suspicion our friend here knows something about it.
I don't know anything about it.
Eric, Daryl was with me last night from 8 until almost 2 a.m.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna believe Daryl's new girlfriend and what she tells me? You better watch it, kid. I'm gonna tell the cops what I think. And if you did anything to Billy, you're as good as dead yourself.
Unreal. How could he think you had anything to do with it? You were with me all night. 100 people must have seen us. And security cameras, too.
Yeah. You're right. I'm not worried.
Daryl, I am so worried about you. We hardly see you anymore since the accident. When I call or come over, you're so moody. I don't know how you're gonna react to anything anymore. You would tell us if something was wrong, wouldn't you?
Sure I would, Mom. But don't worry, because everything's fine.
You didn't find out anything about your natural mother, did you? Is that why you're acting so strangely?
I hired this place to look for her. The only thing that they could tell me was that my father was an enlisted man in the army and shipped out before I was even born. My mother was emotionally unstable and finally killed herself a few years ago.
I think you should come back home to live so we could take care of you.
Thanks, Mom. But I'm a busy man. I have a girlfriend now.
You do? Who is it?
Sheila Hahn, this girl at work. She visited me at the hospital, and we started talking on the phone. Things only started to get serious last night. I mean, a few days ago.
Good for you, Daryl. So when are you gonna see her again?
Tonight. She should actually be here soon.
Oh, great. Let's stay a while and meet her.
Harry, the boy just started dating the girl. Wants to be alone, you know? Soft lights, sweet music.
I was right.
About what?
Wine brings out the beast in you.
You bring out the beast in me.
Do I bring out the other things I see in you tonight?
Like what?
Your sinister mystique? Your sinistique?
Yes. You bring out my Sinistique.
So where do we go from here?
Are you Daryl Kiefer?
Yeah. Who are you?
Lieutenant Weiss, Totem Police Department. I want to talk to you about an interesting phone call I got yesterday.
Well, I'm kind of in a hurry. I'm late to work.
Seems that your boss, Eric Ashlock, thinks that you had something to do with the death of Billy Fletcher the other day.
That's crazy. Billy died of natural causes.
Well, that's what makes it so interesting. Billy did not die of natural causes. I found a tiny hole in the base of his skull where someone injected about 4 cubic centimeters of air into his brain.
He was murdered?
Yeah. You had a big fight with him about a month ago, didn't you?
Not that big.
Big enough to land you in the hospital with a damaged artery in your head? Your doctor tells me it may never heal and could kill you anytime in the next 40 years without warning. You must be pretty mad about that.
Yeah. I try not to think about it.
Eric Ashlock was thinking about it. Till last night, that is. When somebody killed him in the exact same way as Billy Fletcher.
Look, I was with my girlfriend the night that Billy died. About a dozen people seen us out. I was with her last night, too. If you don't believe me, you can ask her yourself.
Thanks. I will.
Lieutenant Weiss talked to Sheila next, but still wasn't satisfied. So later that day, he went to see Hector and Marion at their house. He wanted to ask him a question whose answer was the key to his investigation.
Where were you two the night before last? From about 8 p.m. onwards.
Well, I was working late. I was planning for a meeting the next day and was there till about 11.
Did anyone see you there?
Not that I know of. Everybody else left at 5 and I locked up when I left.
What about you?
I had dinner alone. There was nothing on TV, and I was bored. So I went for a drive.
Where'd you go?
I went out along Lakeshore Drive.
What time was it when you left? And what time was it when you got back?
I left the house at 7. And I got back just before 10.
Lakeshore Drive is about 10 miles from here. It took you 3 hours to drive there and back?
I did park for a while. The lake was so beautiful at night. It made me sad. Started crying. Think about, well, how much things have changed lately.
Really? I don't suppose anyone saw you.
No, not that I know of.
All right. What about last night? Same time frame. You first.
I was on the road. We had a meeting in Ohio to do renovations on the office. They wanted my blueprints and all the electrical schematics right away, so I took it myself.
Wouldn't it have been easier to just mail them?
After 4 o'clock, no late night mail pickup.
And you?
I was home all night.
Alone?
Yes.
I don't suppose it's a coincidence that the 2 men who harassed your son at work were killed in the exact same way as your son may die because of them.
Meaning what?
Meaning if Daryl didn't do it, and his girlfriend didn't do it, then who is emotionally involved enough to risk life in prison on his behalf?
One of us.
Right. One of you.
Hector and Marion couldn't prove they hadn't killed Billy and Eric, but Lieutenant Weiss couldn't prove they did. And within a few days, he was back where he started. With nothing. I never heard from Lieutenant Weiss again. Sheila and I had unshakable alibis, so he left us alone. That's it. That's the whole story. No, that isn't the whole story, Daryl. You left out the part where you killed Billy Fletcher and Eric Ashlow while I hung out with Sheila and pretended to be you. I wasn't going to tell you about Billy and Eric. Really? Did you think that I wouldn't find out? Reese, this was my problem. It didn't concern you. Didn't concern me? Daryl, think about it. When you had found out you were adopted, you searched for your birth mother and found out that she had died. But in the process, you found out that you had a twin brother, me, who wasn't adopted out. So what happens? You show up in Terrytown and drag me out here for what I thought was a prank. You totally used me. Now if you get caught, I get caught. I won't get caught unless you and I show up at the same place at the same time. And that won't happen. Really? What makes you so sure? Because you're going back to Terrytown tonight. You're gonna forget that I exist, and you're gonna forget everything that's happened in the last week. Forget about Sheila. Forget about your adopted parents, Marion and Hector? I don't think so, Daryl. You don't know what it's been like living with our mother. She was this side of insane. And you don't know how hard it's been living alone in Terrytown these last few years. Forget it. We don't have a choice, Reese. We can't both live here. You're so right. One of us has to go, and it's not going to be me. You know, Sheila likes you way better when it's really me, and so do your fake parents. Your life isn't bad, and with me running it, it'll be a lot better. You're crazy. You can't take my place. People will start looking for Reese and they'll find you here. No, they won't. I'll take your body to Terrytown tonight and write a suicide note. And by tomorrow morning, I'll be back here, starting my new life as Daryl Kiefer.
There you are. I was beginning to wonder where you could be.
Sorry, babe. I was taking out the trash.
Well, aren't you going to invite me in?
I actually have to run an errand for a friend. It's important, but I should be back in a few hours if you're up.
I'll be up. When you're done, come over to my place. I'll be waiting for you, Daryl.
By taking Daryl's place on a permanent basis, his identical twin, Reese, was able to gain a whole new lease on life, while at the same time marking Daryl's lease expired.